you are able to find the right candidates when they come in, they're committed, they're willing to stay. So when everybody else is raising their salaries just a little bit, you don't have people job hopping every time. But that really means that you've established a good structure for how you recruit those people. So you're using all those systems to make sure you draw attention to yourself, very clear on what your expectations are.
Hi, I'm Steve Plumb, Editor-in-Chief of SC-MEP Media. We're here today in Greenville, South Carolina at the Manufacturing Technology Series Southeast with Adrienne Temple, Vice President of Training Programs for the South Carolina Manufacturing Extension Partnership.
You got it. So I actually started in manufacturing, so I had a 13-year career in manufacturing and worked in multiple plants for the same company and was looking for that next thing where I could make a difference, and happened to find out about SC-MEP's open opportunity and was really excited to make that jump because it really broadened my perspective and I learned a lot more about other manufacturers. I was used to being a part of a larger organization, so it was really eye-opening, and it was really good to take those expertise that I had and really help other people to make a difference.
So the program is national. For those people that may not be familiar, how does it benefit the manufacturing industry?
Yeah, so the Manufacturing Extension Partnership Program is actually a nationwide program, and it was really started back in 1989. So there was legislation that was passed to try and go out and help these manufacturers, really with a focus on technology before, but what they found out was some of the basic foundational concepts really needed to be brought into the factories. And so it's grown from the first 3 centers. We were one of those. But we go out and help those manufacturers to remain competitive. And it's such a critical thing because the small to mid-sized manufacturers are a part of a much broader ecosystem in manufacturing. So we're able to go in there and give them the tools that they need to be more sustainable, more profitable, and ready to scale whenever that moment arises.
So I imagine things have changed a lot during your career. What are some of the new challenges in today's marketplace?
Well, it's actually interesting. Some things that used to be an old problem are back again. So workforce has obviously something we've been talking about through the whole conference, but workforce is one of those things that's coming up because now we're having a shift in what our workforce looks like. A lot of people are finally leaving the organization, well after retirement age. So there's that problem that is arising, and so it's a new challenge for us. How do we make sure we continue to have an influx of people interested in manufacturing? But also technology has been a game changer as well, and so we're seeing a lot of that. We've talked to quite a few people here at the conference today about just technology, AI, that's changing the workplace, and I think it's a tremendous benefit, but it's figuring out how do you harness that energy and how do you upskill to be prepared for it.
Well, not only the technology on the shop floor, but also how people use it to recruit and put themselves forward to employers.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of times we're trying to help the manufacturer build systems so that they have a good, strong recruitment plan. So whether that's outreach on LinkedIn, using some of the other resources that are available out there, Tallo is one that comes up quite often, it's that visibility, but you have to also have a plan for how are you going to bring those people in, what's the work they're going to be doing. So we're also working with them on how do you build effective job descriptions? Do you really understand what the skill set is that's needed, and what are you willing to train to when there is a gap? Are there things you can do internally to help them ramp up? We're dealing a lot with those types of things, but from a technology standpoint, how can you use systems to automate your onboarding process? How can you make sure that you quickly look at resumes, process these things, and get back to people in a way that's very efficient? So a lot of those things are what we're working on with a lot of manufacturers.
At one of the panels yesterday that your colleague was involved in, one of the keys were internships, apprenticeships, and just building relationships. Hopefully, internships are apprenticeships are one of the things that are coming back.
Yes, they are. Actually, we have a very solid apprenticeship program. So Apprenticeship Carolina here in South Carolina has really good programs and getting more manufacturers to adopt apprenticeship, whether it's youth apprenticeship or for their existing employees. But internship is another thing. We're really trying to advocate for that with our manufacturers as well. It's the best possible way to get people in early, to get some real world experience, and then start getting some loyalty and commitment for whenever they're ready to be hired. So we are seeing more around that. That whole experience is extremely important with getting people to adopt manufacturing as a potential career path.
And for employers, there's an employer of choice program. Tell us a little bit about that.
So we really try and encourage our manufacturers to focus on being an employer of choice, and really what that means is you are able to find the right candidates when they come in. They're committed, they're willing to stay. So when everybody else is raising their salaries just a little bit, you don't have people job hopping every time. But that really means that you've established a good structure for how you recruit those people. So you're using all those systems to make sure you draw attention to yourself, very clear on what your expectations are. You also have ways of developing and advancing your talent. So that's where that retention comes in. Invest in them, they'll invest in you. You create a lot of loyalty. And then obviously building a reputation with your community. So they know what you're about. They know how you're committed and engaged with the community, which some of those smaller manufacturers talked a lot about, right? How do you engage with your broader community? Let them know that you're out there. So that's what we focus on. We call it the 3 R's, so recruitment, retention, and reputation. Those are really, really big. And if you do those things right, you'll be an employer of choice.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.